I did press box last week, and they were like, "Have you thought about how you're gonna feel when they do it?" And it was a hard one, really, because at that point I didn't know when they were going to do it. I didn't know where it was going to be. So this was before Ipswich, and I was like, "Well, there might be a chance." It's at Leicester, and then there's the Wednesday thing. Now we do pretty much know that it's Sunday. It's 90%, over 90% chance that it's Sunday, you would say, and so you can start thinking about, how is it going to feel when they do it, and whether you sort of get in or not, you're still going to be watching it. You're still going to have that sort of emotions, and have you allowed yourself to think about, because we haven't really had it before. Not like this.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm normally glass half full, and that's the way I just am with the footy. But I think once things like when we got through that sticky patch, when we got a result of Villa, I think even though Tarkowski got his goal, I don't think it was no bad thing, and it ended up being a great thing, getting a draw there. I think when we mentioned Brentford before, there was big wins along the way, and I even remember before Christmas, like Brighton at home and things like that. We've just looked like title winners all the way for me, and then probably the biggest thing is looking down the road at Arsenal and being a bit like they haven't. So for me, as I said, normally been glass half full. I just think we've looked like champions since the first ball was kicked, and to be honest with you, we did last season, and obviously we didn't end up being so. For me, it's just been a case of when, and then obviously we've known the last couple of weeks where it's kind of feel like it's in the post and it's coming. But I think just enjoy it, just enjoy these weeks, enjoy watching the champions. Obviously, we've had some good news kind of pop up the last couple of weeks, which has only kind of helped my sort of confidence in these players and in this club. And I think ultimately, whether I get in there or I watch it at home with my little daughter, I'm buzzing and I can't wait to watch it. And whether it's this week, next week, the week after, whenever, Liverpool are going to be champions this year and rejoice in it.
It is a slightly different one, isn't it, to how it would have gone if they'd have done it in previous years. I'm thinking about those ones, Mike, where we turned up on the last day of the season in hope rather than expectation. But on both occasions, the opposition did give us a bit of a hope. I mean, Brighton went 1-0 up and then didn't last long. But when Villa went 2, if we'd have won it on those days, it would have been very different to this one, which is, like Jake said, has felt very on the cards for a while. So it's a different kind of let up. It's not this explosion. Listen, if they'd have won it on one of those, like, we'd maybe still out now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would have been like, because it's almost like winning a cup final, that you don't know what's going to happen, and then suddenly you're there. This isn't going to be like winning a cup final, because there's 5 other opportunities which you don't get in the cup, but it's still going to feel great.
Yeah, last night, look, when it was looking like it was maybe on, it had that feeling of a cup final win, but elevated. Like it's hard to explain, really. It's like that euphoric feeling that you get from the cup final thing. Is, yeah, you've got to get to a cup final, but the cup final is 90 minutes, as you said. The league seasons, games gone by, like wins here, wins there, comeback draws, whatever. Like, we've lost 2 games all season. We've been by far and away the best team in the league. There'll be noise out there. There has been in the last couple of weeks, in the build up to the confirmation. There'll be noise well into the summer and next season, blah blah. But I don't care. Like, it's literally the biggest one we've wanted. I love winning the European Cup, like that feeling when Origi's ball hits the net in Madrid. That was like utter joy, utter euphoria. Unreal. And that season was one where, like, we lose out in the league, but we didn't really lose out, if you get me. Like, it was won on 98 points, I think it was, and we had the European Cup final that, pulled ourselves up by our bootstraps a couple of weeks later, and look at how we lost that, which we did do the 21-22 season. That one was mad and long, and we were superb that season. That might even be the best team I've ever seen at Liverpool. That was a joy to watch, and the fact that we just didn't quite get the tip over into euphoria that lasts the summer and the whole season after. Like, because as bad as the 2021 season was, in terms of we weren't in the grounds, injuries left, right, and centre, losing games, there was still points where I was just like, yeah, we won the league last year, though, but this time round, we've not been stopped from going to 4 or 5 home games. I think it was. We missed out in the COVID one. We've seen this team build. The Jurgen rebuild the midfield, leaving us on a really good stead. was an emotional season last season, and we didn't quite get over the line in the league yet. But as, Jake mentions, the foundations were there. We were banging that till April, haven't seen what had gone. And this season's a continuation of it, and we've just been better than everyone else, full stop, no matter what anyone tries to tell you. We are just the best team, and we are going to get that euphoric moment. And when it lands, like it's one of them ones where you're smiling, but you don't know you're smiling. If you get me, like it's on your face, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is
smiling that long, you've forgotten.
Yeah, that's one of them, and your face is dead. So the next day, well, why? Like, that's why, because like I had the best day ever.